Just the Way You Are. That's one of your favourite songs, isn't it?
Yes,
That's,
I love that.
of course, Bruno Mars.
Yeah.
And Just the Way You Are, I think a lot of people wouldn't like to be just the way they are. And we have a delightful lady on the program who is an acclaimed personal trainer and life coach. And she says that you can choose your body at any age.
So
Pleasure.
how can I look like you,
This
Lauren?
is Lauren Ostrowski-Fenton. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Yes, you've been on YouTube. I think you've got some award for being getting 8% of the hits on 100,000. I think I read.
I've received well over, I think, 115,000 hits now. So I'm in the top 8% of popularity in YouTube. And I think the reason for that is that I'm an ordinary person, an ordinary mother that's done some extraordinary things. And I show people that anything is achievable in health and fitness.
So what do you think is the recipe for success then, Lauren?
I think the first step is to realise that we can all make a decision to change our life. The first step is making a clear decision and following that decision with action, rather than seeing things as a huge, huge effort that we're going to set this massive goal for 2013. You take one step in front of the other. You set the goals and forgive yourself when you don't achieve them, and you keep on going. I think one of the maybe limitations in our wonderful Australian culture is that we tend to be a gunner nation where we're going to do things on the 1st of, it's always, what are we going to do on the 1st of 2013? What are we going to do today? What are we going to do this morning? And what are we going to tick each day that we're achieving, rather than I'm going to give up smoking next week and I'm going to do this. And age just slips by. My age from 20 to my 40s has been like a second. And I think we really need to squeeze our life dry now because, life goes past so quickly. My twins were born 6 years ago, but it feels like a moment ago. And I can see with my clients the effect of ageing with women in particular is so fast. And we don't have to age that quickly.
So did you have a sort of watershed moment where you thought, have you ever been really down and that sort of, you had to pick yourself up and that's how you got into meditation?
Yes, I've always been interested in meditation, but I have been passionate about fitness and weightlifting, and I used to race a kayak, and that was all, where my direction was. I just loved that high of exercise. And I found...
The endorphins.
The endorphins. I love the high, the full-on high from running. And then I came up to the peninsula and I got married, and the marriage didn't work out. And I went to bed one day and went to bed for 3 hours thinking, I can't do this. This is just such a change. And I woke up, I thought, no, I'm going to do another bodybuilding competition. And I went into it. But I realised that happiness is not just about physical health. Happiness is about health across the spirit, mind and body. So the bodybuilding started to become a spiritual pursuit. And then I got into meditation, and I produced a few meditations on iTunes. And what people were really interested in, they wanted to have affirmations in the meditations for weight loss, for confidence, for assertiveness. So meditation became not just as we know it to be calm, but in order to achieve in life and find happiness. So what I found, that change of the marriage ending has brought me to an understanding of holistic health and happiness. We really can't have happiness without covering those three areas of mind, body and soul.
You're the most unnegative person I think I've ever struck.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, but when you look like that, you can be very positive.
I guess. Well, look, you've become, as Judy said before, you've become somewhat of a star.
A guru.
On YouTube, and your videos cover things like staying young, meditation, and relationships. How much do you get involved in relationships? Are you sorting out people's lives, or?
I get a lot of letters from people, up to 800 a day. In the last couple of days, I've had 800, which is, every so often it spikes. I'm presently doing my Masters in Counselling at Monash and Clayton. And
that's good. I was going to ask you about grief counselling. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that would benefit from that.
Yes, so I really want to follow through with that. But people tend to write to me because the passage of time with my YouTubes, in the beginning, I was just fitness, and then I spoke about finding compassion and forgiveness and acceptance through marriage breakup. And I felt it was very important to be very positive. It's not about being negative, it's about moving forward. And after the charred ashes of a fire, you find the regrowth. and really think, oh, isn't this beautiful, this new green growth, and focus on that. And that's what people have liked. And there was one particular YouTube where I thought life was just hard, and I was crying on the camera, and I said, look, just go and achieve your goals, find yourself, never stop. And people loved that because I was very emotional.
Because you were vulnerable.
Yes. And that became viral. Then another one. It's because I'm an ordinary mum with 4 kids. I do it from my bedroom in the office in my house. So it's very normal. It's not...
And have you had any marriage proposals looking like you do?
I actually have them daily. So, yeah, on a daily basis.
I'm not
it's funny.
surprised.
It's virtual.
Or if you'd like to do a proposal, the number for Lauren is 0448 830 073. Now, seriously, if you want to make contact with Lauren, that's the number, 0448 830 073, or check her out on iTunes and
yes, because
YouTube.
Lauren's got so many videos, the meditation ones, the health ones.
Every day you hear of terrible things. There's a case going on at the moment, a young boy who died in Fiji just a few days ago, holding his breath in some sort of a competition in a swimming pool. And the parents, apparently a very close-knit religious family in Sydney, who have gone over to pick up the body. But you wonder what sort of counselling, or where would they go from there, for a loss like that. And we had a similar thing down on the peninsula with a young footballer who fell off a building in Las Vegas. Yeah. And again, the same thing, the trauma that these parents and families must go through.
For parents would just be horrific. And I think that, again, in some parts of Western society, we want this huge high. And I think almost the definition of happiness has become distorted, that we think we need to feel bliss. And it's really about sitting in the moment and feeling a sense of contentment. That's as good as it gets. And I love that quote from Jack Nicholson, that we need to be able to sit in our space and take the time to just be still.
Exactly.
And I think happiness is just, you have moments of happiness. It's not a sort of a condition that is there all the time.
Exactly.
You're bubbly, and obviously you have highs and lows. I mean, that's just nature.
Your claim, choose your body at any age, is that possible? Can I change?
Oh,
anyone. Yes, you can change.
Can you do anything about hair for a start?
Don't know about hair, but definitely massive, significant change in the body. In 40s, 50s and 60s, we quickly lose our ability to sit down and get up and on off the chair, which transfers to not being able to get off the ground. It's very important that we maintain that. So it's very important that we look after our core conditioning and be able to move in normal movement. We lose that so quickly because we're driving, we're sitting, we're playing electronic games, etc. So, and when we lose that ability to move like that, it affects our happiness as well. It's not just
it's
about...
depressing, yes.
It's depressing.
Do you still do workouts? Do you go to the gym, or do you... You're still a personal trainer.
Yeah, I have a very good gym at home.
Yeah.
And I love my gym. It makes me very happy, and I train several times a day. But when I say that, I've got 4 kids, so often I have 8 children at home. They've all got a friend. So I'll go into my room, do a set of push-ups, come out. So it takes me a day to do my workout, and then I'll do a headstand or some yoga.
Yes, Bob would love to see you do that.
Certainly would. So I think I'm just going to say Lauren is every young man's fantasy.
Oh, I think so.
As a personal trainer.
That's right.
So they'll be queuing up. But I've got great admiration for what you're doing, because I think there is a room for this. Apart from just we've sort of interviewed lots of personal trainers on the program, and it's all normally fairly obvious stuff. But this is the mind as much as the body.
Yes, it is. It's very spiritual.
I'm so enthusiastic and passionate about that, and I think that I'm lucky that I've gone through grief to really be able to identify. Because I used to be very focused on how I look, and now it's so important how I
wouldn't be worried about how you look.
No.
Thanks very much.
No, of course.
And now I really think about how I feel. Are my feelings congruent? Do I feel still? What is busy within me? Because when we're busy and we have a mind full of thoughts, we cannot feel happiness, and we cannot have a clear sense of our direction. And really, having a lot taken away from me for a period of time has really made me think what is really important. And it's the smell of my children's, head at night when they're sleeping, which is happiness.
Yeah, because there's a lot of people that are depressed out there, and they could probably learn a lot from looking at your videos. And you have audio tapes as well.
iTunes, which is, you can't get better than iTunes.
No.
So, look, check out Lauren on iTunes and YouTube. and of course the phone number, which I can give, can I? Which
Yes,
which I've already done. 0448 830 073. Look, it's been a delight to meet you, and I hope that we can talk to you again at some time.
Yes,
Thank
we'd
you so
love
much
to
for
do
having
that.
me.
Yes, and your body doesn't look like I imagined. A bodybuilder, a lady bodybuilder, is usually very sort of muscular, and
Yes.
so how do we get
If you
boobs like that?
when you weight train constantly, it affects the texture of the skin, and it can. I've seen women that had a clear overhang with their stomach
shocking.
lose it. And after I had the twins, I lost 33 kilo, and I had to regain that texture because they're very big. They're born at 7 pounds each, prematurely at 34 weeks. So I really had a lot of damage from that, which I've healed. No surgery. Had a surgery for hernia, but no plastic surgery. And so people can do amazing things.
If they set their mind to it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm glad you mentioned the hernia, Lauren. I think that's necessary that you have some physical damage in doing all this.
Very, very ordinary, very human.
Well, thank you very much for coming in, Lauren.
Thanks, Lauren.
It's been
And-
a delight
Thank
to
you
meet
very
you.
And again, look, please check out the YouTube for Lauren Ostrowski Fenton. That's correct, isn't it?
Yes.
And also iTunes, YouTube, and the number is 0448 830 073. Lauren, thank you so much for coming in
Thank
in
you.
today, and we
Thank you very
wish you
much.
well. I think it's
She'll do very well.
a terrific example.
We'll
to
have
us
to
all.
add another hit, I think.
That'll
She's
be-
got 115,000, did you say?
Yes.
Oh.
That'll be one less
They all want
Chardonnay.
to look at you, I think.
Be one less Chardonnay we'll have today. Back in a moment. Thanks, Lauren.
Thanks.